Yes, we are recording.
Yes, we are recording. Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Okay. So first what we need to do is, so if you want to install anything, so first we need to download executable file. So after that, so we need to, so implement the installation. After that, so we have to configure, right? So like admin accounts and then users, all these things we have to do it on your own. So it will take so around in between 30 minutes to 40 minutes. Let's assume that. So based on the tool which you are going to install, okay, based on the database, it can be Oracle or it can be Teradata, whatever it may be. But here in Snowflake, so we have trial account for the practice purpose. This trial account, we have three editions. It will be available. Three editions will be available here. Totally in Snowflake, you have four Snowflake editions. Editions means nothing but we can consider as a four different flavors. So based on the organization requirement, they can utilize. So there, so they can opt for any of the edition. So if you want to install any this particular edition, so what we have to do is just go to, let's observe this, just go to Google and then just type Snowflake trial account, Snowflake trial. Just click on this. When you click on that, you will get a link, Snowflake trial option. And when you click on the link, see this one. So start your 30-day free trial option, you will get it. And $400 of the credit limit, you are going to get it. This is for 1 month. This is for 1 month. So no need to worry about here. So after the 1 month of this free trial, again, so we can register with the so new email ID. Same email ID, sometimes it will work. Otherwise, if it is not working, you can give a new email ID and then you can create a another trial account. After 1 month also you will have access to your old version, but you cannot able to perform anything. Just it is for the read purpose. So you can able to see that, that's it, what are the things we have done, but you cannot able to create any tasks inside the so tool. So now here, so we are trying to create a free trial version. And when you are creating, okay, so just so give some information I am giving here. So username and then so names, and then so here so I will give some email ID. Just I am giving this one, okay. And then so company you can give anything, okay. And then after that select the country. So here select the country. So once you selected, so here you have an option, right? So you want to like send emails, promotional emails. If you don't want, you can click on this option, then continue. This is the first page is just the normal details. Once you have done this, okay. So this is the main important thing. If you observe here, we have three editions here. See this one, choose your Snowflake edition. By default, no need to do select anything. By default, it will be choose an enterprise edition. So always you can go for this. Here we can practice all the features of Snowflake. Let's say if you selected a standard edition, if you selected standard edition, what will happen is in a standard edition, you will not have time travel option, multi-cluster warehouse environment. These features will not be available in standard edition. That's why always you have to go for enterprise edition or above. Above means you can go for a business critical also. And these three editions for our practice purpose, right? For our trial account. We have one more edition, that is VPS. VPS, Virtual Private Snowflake. We'll call it as a Virtual Private Snowflake. So this is the so another edition which we are having. Okay, but this is only for the organization, but this is not for trial account. Here one question, one certification question will be, so they will ask what is the minimum edition you are going to get time travel and multi-cluster warehouse environment. So don't get confused with minimum edition with, they are mentioning these features. Minimum edition with these features. Minimum edition with the time travel and multi-cluster environment will be enterprise edition. If they ask without this, what is the minimum feature in Snowflake? So minimum edition will be, that is a standard edition. But they are asking with these features, the answer will be enterprise edition. So and so once it is selected, this particular edition, then you have to select any one of the cloud provider here. It's up to you. You can select anything. So everything, if you select anyone, so there is no impact on your account. You can select anything, and once you selected this, you have to select region. You have to select a region. Here also you can select any region, it will work, it doesn't matter. But always remember, you have to select nearest region from where you are working. That will reduce the latency period. That is one of the best practices. Okay. So once we selected this in organization, so no need to do all these things. Everything will be already available. Okay. For our trial account, you have to do this. I am requesting everyone to create a trial account and then so practice. Now select this, anyone you can select. Once you selected, you have to select the region, then so check the terms and conditions. So once you check the terms and conditions, then click on get started. So everything it will be configured for us. See this one. So account setup is done. It is telling that account setup is done. Now let's create a new trial account. So for this, so let me log into that email. So let's say just a minute. Just observe this one. Now observe this. Just a minute. Sorry. It will send the activation link. So within 1 minute. So once it send the activation link, it's not refreshed. Yeah. So now observe this one. So we have an activation link here. Click on the activation link. You will receive the email like this. With this, click account to activate. Just click on that link. Then it will ask you, see this one, welcome to Snowflake. And it is asking username, password, and confirm password. That's it. Your account creation is done. Now observe this one. Username I will give Snowflake 7 and password. I'm giving password here, and again confirm password. Confirm password. That's it. After that, get started. Click on get started. So you have given a username and then password. That's it. Other than that, I am not doing anything. Right? Okay. So now, so once it is done, if you observe one thing here, the account setup is done. Account setup is done here. Now observe this. You can able to see this is the top icons you can able to see, right? We can call it as a ribbon. The left hand side, this is a navigation panel. And if you observe here on the top right hand side, you can able to see the username, right? User, which user we have connected. Snowflake 7 is the user. And then if you click on this drop down list, you can able to see the role, switch role. These are the default roles so Snowflake has created for us. Account admin role, or so org admin role, system admin, public, security, and then user admin. These are the roles by default it's created for us. We didn't created anything, right? It has created a user and then it has created a roles. So here, so we have these many roles. By default role will be system admin. If you observe, see this one, what is the role it selected? System admin, it is selected. Now the link has created, right? Now if you observe the link, one thing here, just let me copy this link, and every day we are going to connect with this link only. Here, this is the link, and then username is, this is the username I have created. Okay. So till here, just observe till here. So what you can able to see here, this is the account details, your Snowflake account details. Unique, this is unique account details for everyone. If you create a Snowflake account, this account details will be unique. For everyone, it will be a unique one. This number will be unique. After that, so this one is telling about Asia Pacific South 1 region. After that, it is telling about the AWS platform. So which platform you have selected? So this particular Snowflake account. So if you select it, Azure here, then it will be Azure. So and then if you select GCP, then it will be GCP. So this is the link. So you are going to access every time. So when you want to connect with Snowflake, here completely it is a cloud, right? Completely it is a cloud. So nothing installed in your machine. You are going to access your Snowflake trial version by using this particular link. So every time, so this link. So now, so let's observe this. So let me log out and then log in one more time. Log out, and every time just give the link, just give the link, and then whatever the username and password you have given, right, you have created the same username, and then we are going to create a password. So we are going to give the password, so whatever we have created. Now when you log in every time, see this, by default it will be connected with Snowflake 7 user and then system admin. System admin. Okay. Now one more thing. Here, so you can able to see some of the icons here, right? Like databases. You can create a database here. If you want to create any databases. Here shares. Shares, this is disabled for us, right? Disabled. Just observe this, with the system admin it is disabled, right? Okay. Now the marketplace, we can able to implement our marketplace, and then warehouse, virtual warehouse. Don't confuse this with data warehouse. Data warehousing is different. Here the warehouse is different. This virtual warehouse is nothing but at this moment of time, remember, it is a computation layer. Computation layer. It means, for example, when you want to connect to your office applications, so your organization applications, you need a remote desktop or VDIs, right? The same way here, we have a virtual warehouse. Okay. Another thing is worksheet, wherever you are going to create the queries. If you want to execute the queries, you are going to create it here. And one more thing, if you observe here, the left hand side in the navigation panel, you can able to see one database here. See this one? This is shared database. This is shared database. For our practice purpose, Snowflake has created for us. If you observe, you can see a number of schemas, and then you can able to see the tables also, right? This is from real organization they have taken. That organization name is TPCDS. From this call center organization, the Snowflake requested the data for our practice purpose. Now the database is available, but this is, observe the icon here. This is a shared database. Just if you move the mouse on the database name, it will tell you, see this one, Snowflake sample data, and then within the bracket, it is telling that it is a shared. Okay, fine. Now if you want to create anything, you can create database. We will see that. We will come to this again. And we have another tab called here history. See this one, history. Here, whatever we are going to do in this particular account or in this particular tool, in the Snowflake tool. So here, everything will be available in a history. Let's say if you execute some queries here, if you insert some data, if you create some table, so whether the it is success or whether it is failure, everything will be available here in the history. History, this history, all your data, all your historical data, whatever the queries we are executing, right? All that log information in history, it will be available 14 days. Remember this. This is one of the certification question. Only 14 days log information will be available in history tab. So this is history. It will show you all the information. Okay. Now, so this is another one is Power Connect. So this one, this tab. So if you want to integrate the Snowflake with other tools, then so we have the Snowflake has given the all the open sources, which open sources it is going to support, and then so what all the so other additional tools they have given it here for the, like for example, some of the ETL tools, some of the reporting tools they have given. It's ready to integrate. That is the Power Connect. Then help. If you want to download any related things, so for the Snowflake, just observe this. You can come to the download. If you want to download any drivers, JDBC drivers or ODBC drivers or Python components, Node.js drivers, any other drivers. If we want, for example, if you want to connect it to Snowflake, then we have to download this particular Snowflake CLI. Then we have to download this particular drivers. Or if you want to connect it to so ODBC, so database connectivity. So then we have to download this particular driver. It will be like that. We will come to this later. So there is nothing but a, so everything you will get it in a help. And another thing, for all this Snowflake, you will get it in documentation for any related topic. Everything will be, so you are going to get it in documentation. For example, let's say, so copy command. Just if you type something, okay, going forward, we will see that if you type a copy command, it will give the complete information about that in a documentation. So with the examples, each and everything with the examples. Now observe this one. So these are the commands, and then so what we are going to do, and then what are the file formats it will do. Everything with the examples they have given in the documentation. All these things you will get it in documentation. That is the, so documentation help. And if you want to visit the community, Snowflake community, you can click on this. Okay. Now coming to Snowsite. So this is some of the features they are developing. So we cannot say that it is a reporting purpose. So this Snowlight, so it has, so this is for exactly, so this is like a Snowflake only, but only the thing is here you can get some insights about your data. So again, you need to log in for this. Just observe this. This one is a Snowlight. We have clicked Snowlight option. Just a minute. Observe this. These are the, like, just it will go to the worksheet. So later we will see that, and then you can have a one extra thing is we can have a dashboards here. It means in a graph it will show you, so what is the insights in your table. So let's say for example, if you have any table data, let me show you something. Over here we have around 60 records, right? If you want to see that, what you can do, just preview data, you can able to see the data, right? Here you have a date, right? It will tell you in these many date column, so which date is the more records. And if you observe CC class here, credit card class, so large, medium, and then small. Large, how many records? Medium, how many records? Small, how many records? Those information you can able to see that here in your dashboard. So that is a, so one insights we can able to see that. So with the graphs, so that is about snow light. But snow set. But one thing remember, this is not a complete features with the reporting. So maybe going forward, the Snowflake idea is, so it has to be a one-stop solution for every data warehousing as well as reporting purpose. That's why they are starting, so developing, they started developing this particular thing. Okay, these are the things. Now here you can able to see only these many icons only, right? So let's say with system admin, right? With system admin. Now, if you change the role, see this one, if you change the role to the account admin is your super role here, super user. We can say that account admin is a super user. Like other databases, you will have administrator account. You will have administrator account. But in Snowflake, you don't have administrator account. Don't get confused. You have account admin. You have account admin. In certification question also, they will ask, they will give you the information in the choices, multiple choices. They will give you, so which, so what all the roles is available. So in a Snowflake, they will give some of the roles like system admin, organization admin, security admin, and then administrator also they will give. Administrator will not be there in a Snowflake. That is account admin. Account admin, don't get confused. Account admin is the super user. Now when you click on account admin, observe this, what we observed here, we got two additional icons. One is account icon, another one is a notification icon, right? These are the two things. Okay, now let's click on account icon. So what are the things you can able to perform here is, with the account admin role, you can able to see the billing and utilization. Snowflake, how it will be charged from the users. So whenever you are utilizing virtual warehouse, it means, so let me give you sorry, for 1 hour utilization of your, so virtual warehouse, so it is going to charge around $1.3. This is the one cost. Another cost is for 1 terabyte of the utilization. So per month, this is per month 1 terabyte of the data utilization. It is storage. It is going to charge around $23. So this is the charges from the Snowflake. It is not like the traditional licensing, right? Traditional licensing, what you need to do? You need to pay the bulk amount, right? It will be in a millions. You need to pay some millions dollars, and then you have to purchase the license. How many licenses you require? Those many, that much of amount you need to pay. But here it is very comprehensive. Here if you observe the pricing concept, this will be so opted for. So very startup companies to MNCs, everyone can able to utilize this, right? Now these billing details we can able to see it here in the usage. See this one, usage. Here it will tell you about the credit limits. Here it will tell you about the average storage utilization. Average storage utilization. And you can see databases, stages, and then fail safe, all these options also. You can see that. Going forward, we will see that. And if you want to create a users, you can able to create a user. Here only one user it has created default. So Snowflake has created for us, right here. So if you want to create other users, you can create other users. If you want to create a other specific user defined roles, you can create a roles. And then you can like create a reader account, resource monitoring, sessions, policies, all these things we can able to perform like kind of administrative activities. one thing One more thing I want to tell you here, in other database you will have developers, right, and admins, right, and then testing team, right. You will have the, for example, Oracle developer, Oracle tool, Oracle database developer, Oracle database administrator, right, DB admin, or DB tester, whatever it may be. So you will have the different like roles will be there. But here in Snowflake, so you don't have separately the administrator, separately you don't have so developer, separately you don't have tester, everything. So this is that recently came into the picture, and everything can be done by so our Snowflake developers only, because it's a very, so there is no like much activities for the administrator here. So they are going to take care of everything. For example, taking a backups, and then updating the patchings, and then like new version updates, right, and then backups, disaster recovery. So here we are not going to bother about all these things like partitions creation, everything Snowflake will take care of that in the backend. So as an administrator, you no need to do anything. If you want to do some of the activities like user creating a users, creating a roles, those things you can able to do it by using this account admin role. We can able to do it, small activities. That's it. So now, so coming to this worksheets, let's say if you want to create a database, if you want to create a database, or if you want to create a table, so what all the options we have? So most of the things here in Snowflake we can able to create by using GUI options only, by using GUI options. Now, so before creating a database, just observe what all the like options the Snowflake has given here. If you want to connect to database, just observe the here, the left hand side, you can able to see one database, right? This is the Snowflake sample data the Snowflake has given for us. Just click on this, and then you can able to see these many schemas here, these many schemas here. If you want to connect to any database, just click on that particular schema, this particular database, and then click on the schema. And if you want to check, so high level, or how many records the table is having, when the table has created, and then what is the size, just you can move the mouse here. See this one, when you move your mouse here, just when you move your mouse, you can able to see how many number of records we have, what is the size of the table, and then when it has been created, and then what is the clustered by. So at this moment of time, cluster by means, remember that it is kind of ordering the data in the table, the which based on which column the data has been ordered in the table, order by, nothing but order by. Okay, now observe this another table. If we go, It is also telling the size and then number of records and then when it has been created. This information you can able to see it. If you want to run any query, then generally what we will do, we will use select star from and then we will give the table name, right? For example here, so here we have a table name is call center. If I type the table name here, just if I execute it, if you want to execute it, just select this and then click on run. This is the one option. Otherwise, so once the query is done, so after that ending, so after the semicolon ending, just keep your cursor, use control enter, use control enter. So when you use this control enter, observe what it is, what is the statement it is telling. So the table does not exist. Table does not exist. The same table name, right? This is because of, if you observe the right hand side, it is not connected to this particular worksheet. It is not connected to any database. It is not connected to any schema, right? We are not mentioning this particular table where it is available. So if you want to mention the complete path where the table is available, this table is available in this particular schema. So TPCDS underscore SF 100 TCL schema. This is the schema. This schema is available in this particular database. If you want to mention the complete thing, what you can do is observe this, select star from, come to the table, click on these three dots, right? Click here and place name in SQL. Just we need to click on this, place name in SQL. When you give this, then it will give you the complete path of the table. This is the table name, this is the schema name, this is the database name. Now when you execute this, it will work. See this one? So fine, now it is working. But so if you don't want to mention the complete thing, just I want to mention only till here, then what you have to do is you need to select, come here, you need to select the database and you need to select the schema manually. Instead of selecting manually, so here clicking on this and then selecting from the drop down list, the easiest way is what you can do is come here, click on the schema icon, these three dots. Here, set as a context. See this one? Set as a context. So when you click on this, automatically it will connect it to this particular schema. It will connect to this particular database. Now observe this. It connected to the schema. It connected to this particular database. Right? Now, if you run, once it is connected to the database and schema, and then when you run this, then you can able to see the data, right? 60 rows, you can able to see the data here, right? So here what we are doing, select star from and then we are giving the details. Instead of that, so we have an option called, instead of running a query, just I want to see the data. Then what you can do is click on this particular table here, the three dots, and then observe this preview data option. Preview data option. So here place name in SQL means it will give you the complete path. If you give preview data, it will give you the data. It will give you the data. And there is a difference. Now when you give preview data, and when you give select star from, what is the difference is when you use select star from this table name. For example, okay, let's see this. Here what we have given, here I have given the preview data, right? In this catalog page, this is the table name. When you give the preview data, observe this, how many number of records we have? Only total 100, right? Only 100 records it has taken. It means when you are using the preview option here, it will display only 100 records. Now what is the difference between select star from the table name? For example, this is the table name, right? Let's pick this, place name in SQL. Now this is the table name. Now when you run this, it will give you all the number of records in the table. When you give preview, it will give you only 100, first 100 records. That is the difference in between preview and select star from. Now, okay, observe this.
So
We are
Dinesh, it
giving,
is yeah, it is same like Informatica does that. When you preview, it just first 100 record it will show, right? It's the same feature
yes,
is
yes,
here, right?
true. Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay.
Same.
Gotcha.
Okay. So now, so let's come to this one. One more option. So they have given, see this one, if you want to, like in the place of select star, star means what it will give? It will give you all the columns. It will give you all the columns. Instead of that, so if you want to select any specific columns here, see this one. So no need to, so type the column names here. From the drop down list from the column, you can select what all the columns you don't want. So this one, you can select these options. Sorry, let me come to the preview. That will be preview, and then select the columns. So this one you can uncheck. So what are the columns you don't want? You can uncheck on the columns, and then only the columns what you wanted to display. So you can display only the columns. Okay, that is a other option. Another thing is you can filter also. So observe this one. So by seeing this, so here if you type something, so let me come to another thing. Sure, all the columns. Okay, let's say some description we have, right? So wherever in this particular table, wherever you have this particular word, I wanted to check, then just type it in a filter. See this one, you can able to see that information, right? For example, English, this particular word. So wherever it is available, I want to see that. So this information you can able to see that the clearly. For example, otherwise, yes, okay. Instead of that, so we need this information. So this, so if you can able to, so some of the like filter option instead of like giving a where condition instead of checking that, so directly from here you can able to see that. But one thing, whatever the operation you are implementing in the worksheet, right? Whether you are selecting or whether you are filtering or so whether you are giving any insert update, whatever it may be here in the worksheet, whatever we are going to do, everything will be recorded with a query id that will be available in history tab. That will be available in history tab. If you observe here also we have open history. See this one, the last, the here the down, you can right hand side you can able to see this open history is available. This particular thing, if you click here, here also you can able to see the query IDs. If you want to see the more details here, see this one. So here if you want to see the more details, the same details, come to the history, and then you can able to see the query ID here. See this one, query ID is unique for each and every query what it is executing on worksheet. See this one. So each and every query what it is executing on worksheet, then it will be a new query ID here. Always it will be the unique. Remember this. So with this query ID again we are going to so utilize. So when we are working with the time travel options and all. So now just observe this query ID. Remember that query ID is unique for every query what you are running in your worksheet. So here these are the queries. It is telling that in the history tab, it is telling that. So what is the query ID? What is the SQL statement it is running? Okay. Why it is when you are giving preview option, it is giving only 100 records, right? Why it is giving 100 records means now observe the query here. It is giving that select star from this particular table, limit 100, limit 100 means it is clearly telling that so pick first 100 records from the table. If you do give in a query, if you give limit 50, limit 50 means it will to give only 50 records from the table. And here one more thing need to discuss. This is the query ID, right? The same way you will have a session ID. You will have a session ID. Session ID is different. Query ID is different. Query ID will be always, it will be unique, but session ID can be duplicated. Session ID means when you log out and then log in, new session ID will be created. See this one. So first time we created an account. After creation of the account you can able to see so this particular session ID, right? So once you log out and then log in, after that see this one, so new session ID is here, right? And at the same time one more thing is here, if you come to the new worksheet, here we are in one worksheet here. See this one, this is the worksheet name. If you want to connect to another worksheet, just give the plus symbol here. See this one? When you go to the new worksheet, it will create a new session ID. It will create a new session ID. Whatever the things we are going to execute it here, the everything it will be available in that particular new session ID. If you execute that, this particular thing, the session ID will be different. For this particular new worksheet, the session ID will be different. So
Can you
now,
run
so
that?
let's,
Can you show?
for
Yeah.
example, I will show you. So preview data. Okay, so this is the different, right? In this particular worksheet. Now come to the history and let's refresh it and observe the session ID. So this one you can able to see the query ID is different. And then when you come to session ID, see this one, session ID is different. Session ID it has taken as a different this one, right? This is another
Okay.
worksheet. This is from
So
another
here is the
worksheet. This is from
question,
another
Dinesh.
worksheet. Yeah.
Question, Dinesh. So query ID is depend on not the user session ID. It's just as per the worksheet. It defined based on the worksheet. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you are showing, right? Each worksheet has
Mm-hmm.
some query run, and that create a new session ID. If we create a third one, it will be a different. Session is same. You are a Snowflake 7. That is the session for logged in. That's the same session. We
Yes,
are
the
still on the
user.
same session. So
Mm-hmm.
I understand the statement should be the session ID will be changed based on the newly created worksheet.
Correct.
Am I right or not?
That is true. That is true. Newly
Session is
created
same.
worksheet,
Session ID
session
is
ID
same.
will be created new based on the new worksheet at the same time. So based on, so when you log out and then log in, another session ID
Then
will
yes,
be created.
yes, got you. Yeah, that's correct.
I have a question. Can we create, can we save this worksheet?
Yeah, we can save this worksheet.
And
And I'm
once we
coming.
log out and log in again, we can open same worksheet again.
Yes, I'm coming to that. Okay, so you
Okay.
will see that.
That time also
Thank
it
you.
will
Now,
create session, right?
yes, exactly. That will be a different one. Now, if you observe one thing, okay, see this one here, this is the worksheet, this is the another worksheet. Like this, you can create 50 worksheet at a same time. Total 50 worksheets you can build here at a same time, but not more than 50. Now, if you want to save this worksheet, just give the name here. For example, I am giving here first. Okay, the first I have given. So now I have closed this. Now I close this worksheet. So in within this session or so another session, whatever it may be, it doesn't matter. If you want to open that, see this one here, the drop down option, right? So here, click on that, and then so you can see this recently opened worksheet, or you can use the so open worksheet, or you can click on the recently, anything is fine. So open
How
worksheet,
many
see this,
recent
it will ask
worksheets you
you
can get it?
which one it will be. So
How many?
recent like a five worksheets you can able to see that. Okay, otherwise
Where it
you
is
can select.
storing this worksheet? Where does it store the worksheet? Sorry, it's a dumb
Mhm,
question. Well, where does
mhm.
it store the worksheet? Where does it save?
So when we install, so this one completely it will be in a cloud only. So in the backend,
Oh,
if you want to see that, so it will be from the AWS. So we have selected AWS, the cloud provider, right? Platform provider. In the
okay.
AWS, it will be stored. Everything you will get it from that there, whatever it is storing, and the database also. Database storage, everything it will be stored on the cloud platform.
Am I audible
I
to
get
you,
that
Dinesh?
cloud
Yes, yes.
platform. S3 bucket. Can you show where is the S3 bucket here configured?
So we cannot figure it out here. So when it is coming to AWS platform, so we'll see that how we can able to connect it, but we cannot able to see it from the back end. So how many partitions it is created, how the like a file formats it will be created. So what all the number of
Uh-huh.
micro partitions it will be created, all these things from the back end only. So we cannot able to figure it out. So we won't have a Snowflake like a user, so we cannot able to do anything from the back end.
Okay,
So
so
that is a one.
any issue, then we have to reach out to the AWS guy.
So for
AWS.
What type of issues you are asking?
Like this worksheet one. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you are saying I want to see in the Azure Azure S3 bucket where it is storing. Okay. There will be some bucket name. Okay. Where Snowflake all the data is storing. Okay. So I think we should have the access to that. You know, the simple
No, no.
dump. No.
We don't have any access, Prabhakar. I'm sure of
Okay.
that.
Oh,
We will
okay.
not get any access for that.
No, I'm just checking because I'm new to this.
Oh,
Sorry.
fine, fine. No issues.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead.
So let me cover this. So later, so we will give last like 15 minutes. So for the question and answers. Okay. So let me show you some other things also, some other features also here. Okay. Please allow me. Just give me 1 second. So let me have. So we have some other questions also in the chat window. So we'll answer everything. Okay. So what we are telling is, so this related to the worksheet. You can save the worksheet and then you can reopen the worksheet. So all these things, it is possible. So recent like a 10 to so 15 worksheets, it will show you, sorry, 5 worksheets, it will show you in the recent so worksheet. And then you can open a number of worksheet. It doesn't matter. Okay. And every worksheet when you are creating, so the same thing, the session ID will be created and then everything will be available in the history tab. Okay, this is related to, so if it is already available, right? If it is already available, the database, and then from the table we are accessing. Suppose if you want to create a new table or if you want to create a new database, so for our practice purpose, so what you can do is, see this one, just observe this, how we are doing. So this completely, so most of the things we can able to do it by using GUI option. Come to the database icon here. See this one, database icon. Click on this, and here you can able to see create. These are the existing things. Here you can able to see create databases, right? Just click on this create databases. Here you can so give the name. So for this, so class we will give the database name as class, and then click on finish. When you click on finish, database will be created. But so how it will be created in the backend? If you want to see that, just click on show SQL. See this one? It is written a query in the backend, create database, and then database name, right? Create database, database name. So just close it and then click on finish. Database is created for us. And within this database, if you want to create any table or any view, schema, stage, file format, pipes, sequences, so anything, so everything we have a option here. See this one. So let's say for example, sample. So let me try to create one sample table. Sample I have given. And then we are going to trying to create some information, ID, name, and then location. Okay, just I have selected ID, name, and then location. ID will be, so for example, integer. The data types also, all the data types it will allow. So if you want to handle with semi-structured data type, we have a variant data type. When you are handling with JSON files and then Parquet files, semi-structured files, we will discuss more about this. Remaining all are like as other database only. So here we have selected these columns and then data types, and then we have selected a table name. And if you click on finish, it will be table will be created. Now if you want to see that, click on the show SQL. See this one, create table, table name. So this is the table name in this schema and in this particular database, right? So now the table is created, so with this column names and then with this data types, right? The backend, the Snowflake has written a query for us, and then just click on a finish based on this selection. Now click on finish. The table is created. Same way, if you want to load some data into this particular table, so click on the table. So you will have a load table option. So this is, you need to select the so sequence of steps here, like where the file, which file you need to load, what is the file format of the file, and then what are the load options. So what about the error records when you are loading the file? So do you want to store the error records or do you want to ignore the error records? or do you want to stop loading the file? All the options you can select by using GUI options. In the next session, we will see that how to load the data into the Snowflake table. So from the local file system. So once you selected, the file will be loaded into that specific table. Okay, so these are the options. So by default, so by GUI options, we have created, so that's available in Snowflake. We can, most of the thing, we can use these things. Now, whatever the table we created, database we created, if you want to see that, come to the worksheet and then just click on refresh option. Now you can see this one class we have created. It is telling that, so when it has been created, right? And then who is the owner of that, right? At the same time, so you can see two schemas. When any database is created here, new database, you may see two schemas. One is public schema. Another one is information schema. When it is coming to public schema, all the database objects what you are going to create, like table, view, and all these things, so it will be available in a public schema. Information related to this particular objects, like metadata information, it will be available in a information schema. So these are the schemas are default. Now, if you observe the table, see this one, the table, it is telling that when it has created, how many records we have in this particular table. Okay, so these are the, so some of the like features available in Snowflake. So what we will do is, so this is just a like a account creation class. So I'm requesting everyone to create a account. So the next class we will see how to load the data to the Snowflake table, so by using the simple file. So and so I will
Quick,
guide you so how to install CLI also. Okay, once it is done, so then, so once your free trial account is created, so once you install the CLI, so then we will so start. So whatever you are
quick,
implementing here, right? The same thing you can implement. So from your
quick,
account, okay, trial account. So now, so
quick,
let's come to the questions.
quick, quick question. Go back to the screen information schema. You said metadata. Okay. So I just
Mm,
want to see what is the difference. Means metadata
mm.
regarding the newly created table.
Not
What is
only the
this?
news, exactly the new recreator, whatever the things you are going to create under this database, everything will be available here. How many columns, what is the databases, and then file formats, functions, all these things we will create, the pipes, and then schemas, stages. So all this information related to, so everything, whatever we are doing under this database. So everything it will be available in information schema.
So what is the use of this information schema?
If you want to pick the metadata information directly, it will pick it from here. For example, let's say we will create some stages here. The
Okay.
stages will not be related to the table. Stages
Okay.
not related to this particular object. Then that information will be available in information schema. For example, when you are loading the table, we are going to define a file format, whether this file is a CSV file or comma separated file. Those
Okay.
information will be available in information schema. So what is the
Okay.
file format, and that's what is the details.
Oh, okay. Got you. Thank you, sir.
I
Go
will
ahead.
show you. Going forward, I will show you. So how
Mhm,
to get the
mhm,
information from this, how to get utilized by
mhm,
this particular information scheme. Okay.
mhm.
Yeah,
So let me
yeah,
check
Yeah,
the
thanks.
Dinesh.
questions.
Dinesh, I have one more question.
Yep, yep. Go ahead. Tell
In,
me,
in,
Ravi.
in Snowflake, what are the key features and which are complicated, is difficult,
Mm,
something like that?
mm, mm, mm.
Can you tell that?
So okay. Key features when it is coming to right. Key features we can say that, so that is a time travel option, and then data retention time, and then change data capture. So kind of slowly changing dimension implementation, and at the same time we can control the resource monitoring, and most importantly the integration part. We can integrate with AWS, and then we can integrate with any other external tools. For example, we have a data in Snowflake warehouse. From this, you need to connect it to reporting tool. So that is the integration is required. Suppose you have a data in AWS cloud. So let's say, for example, AWS bucket, S3 bucket. Then you need to get the data from that. So then you need to do the integration. So that is the one thing. Then we have Snowpipe, data sharing, sampling. So, and then we can the materialized view, that is the most important thing. So that is so completely different from the traditional materialized view. So this one automatic refresh will be there. There is no like latency will be there. It means uh, you can say that almost it is to the near time data when it is coming to materialized view in a Snowflake. So all the features, whatever is available in like traditional databases or warehousing, right? The same features is available. Other than that, some extra features. So they have given.
Do you cover the Informatica integration in there in your course? Would it be like
Informatica integration, not exactly, but AWS, the common thing, AWS, Azure, and then GCP integration. We will do that.
okay.
So I
Okay.
think there's not much difference between Informatica integration compared to.
Almost it will be the same.
Okay.
So once you know how to create the integration for one thing,
Okay.
then it will be the same details. We have to so give it for
So
other things.
we
Yeah, is
here.
there any kind of scheduler for that? Like if in the real world we won't be running it from the GUI, right? Like we need something
Mhm.
as a scheduler, like my job should run 8 o'clock
Mm,
daily,
mm,
something
mm,
like that. So do we
mm,
have
mm, mm.
any kind of scheduler, or
Yes.
is there any integration
Uh,
with any
uh,
third-party tools
com-
for the automation?
Correct, correct. Coming to that, when it is coming to the scheduler, the Snowflake don't have any specific scheduling tools. So when it is coming to the Snowflake, so it will be integrated with any of the scheduler like Control M or Tidal or Autosys, any scheduler it will work.
Okay.
So if any organization having requirement, then they can use that scheduler and they can make utilize of that.
So here no
Yes,
need to go for the SQL queries, right? Automatically it will take at the back end.
It will
So
take from the backend. Sometimes if you want to create pipes and all those things, we have to create it. So
okay,
most of the times, all the features is available here. So
okay.
in the table
No,
itself.
the answer to Dinesh, the Python is very famous with the snowflakes. You can create
Mhm.
scheduler in Python itself. Lot of organization is doing by
Mm.
using the Python, and that it gets run, and
Mm.
they're
Mm.
using that
Mm.
no,
Python.
Mm.
Python we
Dinesh.
cannot use in the organization level. That's a different thing. We have to get the some kind of scheduler tool, a third-party scheduler tool, or otherwise,
It
if it is
depends.
provided by that,
Maybe
then
someone will use so by using the script, someone will using by using the third party
means
scheduler tools.
like
It depends
yeah,
on
if
the
an
organization.
organization need is something like 5 or 6 jobs, that will be different. But if there's something is like 500 jobs running daily or weekly, then it would be a different story. You cannot manage with this script. Yeah, that's a different thing. Yeah, that's what I wanted to know. Like if Snowflake provide this kind of facility or not. No, it doesn't. Right,
Gotcha.
as you said.
Yeah, you make sense. One thing, are you going to touch the Airflow, uh, Apache Airflow in Snowflake? Means like it
No,
is a
no,
part of.
Prabhakar. No,
Okay.
Prabhakar.
Uh,
Is that
it's kind of
is this completely different from ETL testing? Is this somewhat related to that in any way?
It is nowhere related to ETL testing generally. So this is completely it's a warehouse.
Okay.
Okay, for example, if you want to do any like a ETL testing, where you are going to do, you are going to like test any like things. For example, when it is coming to exactly, you are going to test the transformations logic. It can be in a ETL tool or it can be in a database. Once
Informatica.
the
Okay.
transformation is implemented, right?
Okay.
It
Yeah.
can be Oracle database or it can be Teradata database, whatever it may be. Whatever the transformation is done, so the based on business logic, the same thing has been like achieved in the table or not. So you have to verify, cross verify by using the queries and all those things. But
Yeah.
it's completely it's a so warehouse.
Okay.
It is nowhere
And
related.
Yeah,
So
Dinesh, one
ETL.
question. So
Yeah.
if it is a warehouse, so do we need to have a separate ETL tool for the load data from source into the Snowflake, or
It is,
how?
definitely, they will have the separate warehouse, separate ETL tools. So for example, let's assume that in traditionally everyone will understand with Informatica. They will have any ETL tool, any warehouse project. What you will have a ETL tool. So then you will have warehouse. You are going to load the data into the warehouse. Then you will have a reporting, right?
Yeah.
Reporting tools will be there. So
Yeah.
in ETL, So it can be anything. It can be Informatica, or it can be a data stage. It can be talent, whatever it may be, right?
Yeah.
So we have some open sources also, Matillion tool. If you observe the Snowflake here in a partner connect, they have given some open sources ETL tools. So this one, Matillion. These are the open sources, and then stage stream. So these are the some of the talent, and then Informatica also they have given, but this there is a limitation. Up to 1 billion you can able to utilize this. 1 billion of the records, so free for use. So other than this, if it is exceeded, then it will be a so licensed one. So it will be like that. So they will integrate so with these ETL tools.
So logically, this license will be replacement for the data warehouse. I mean,
Exactly. Replacement for the complete, you can say that database.
to handle the huge amount of data kind of thing. Otherwise, we can go with
Ex-
normal database.
Exactly. That is
And
true.
one more thing, so it can be, integrated with on-prem ETL tools and cloud ETL tools. Like
Anything you can integrate.
okay,
There
So
is no
you're
limitation.
saying no matter what, Snowflake must need the ETL tool, correct?
Yes.
Without that, it cannot work. Okay.
No, Dinesh, I have one more question.
Yeah.
The Snowflake, we have ETL also included, right? ETL and reporting both. So is it one solution?
Just a second. I'm reading the question. So on Snowflake course where this I want for the certification. Yes, we are going to provide the certification dumps. So for everyone. Okay. So you can use the certification dumps for the exam preparation. Okay, I will provide that one. Yes, Ravi, you are asking something. Sorry for the interruption.
No, Snowflake. It
What
has
is your question?
in a Snowflake. It has ETL and reporting also, right?
No, Snowflake will not do any ETL, any reporting. This is only for like a data storing and then data processing. That's it.
So
We
Then
cannot say that
when
ETL tool.
any
It's a
ETL, we will load data from source to like OLTP data warehouse. Where in here, what we do in Snowflake?
What we will do, so we will extract the data. So whatever the like data will be available, right? We
Yeah,
can pick and then we can load it into warehouse. That's it.
that's it.
We
No
can say
need to
that
go
it's
for
EL,
staging and all those things.
not
We
required.
won't
No,
perform any kind of transformations, I think.
logic. We don't
Like
perform
if
any
you want,
transformations logics here.
Okay.
then what is the use of pipelines?
Pipeline is automation data loading here. So we can integrate it. Whenever the data available in source system, just it will pick the thing and then just it will dump into the Snowflake.
It's like just
It's
loading the data. There is no transformation.
extract and then loading. That's it.
Okay. And for the ETL transformations, what is that solution then?
You need to use any ETL tool.
You can use
so that is the one.
We can use Azure Data Factory also.
Yeah, anything you can use.
ETL.
It can be a traditional, it can be a cloud, anything. So it will be so integrated. So for any transformation logic, another solution will be so you can do it by using scripting also. It can be Python script or JavaScript, whatever it may be.
So when you are saying that we have to use any ETL tool, that will be cloud one, right? ETL.
Not only the cloud, it can be for the traditional also.
So how it will be
integrate.
how it can be connecting to Snowflake?
Then we are going to give the ODBC connections. That's it. Snowflake ODBC connections.
Okay, yeah. The cloud one.
Cloud one.
I believe in the whole BI, architecture, just the data warehouse, nothing is going to be replaced. We just try to replicate. Rest everything like ETL, source,
everything
will remain same, and we just replace data warehouse and reporting layer also connect with using ODBC or JDBC.
Reporting layer also it will be there.
Dinesh, I have a question. Like when we create a worksheet first time, we just get one schema by default, one database by default. But the moment we create new one, we get Snowflake as new database. If you go back to
that is
what is that?
New database for the shared one. So these two are shared one. The Snowflake and then so Snowflake you can able to see, right? So these are the shared things. So these are the account details and then the information schema. These are the schemas and then this one. These two are the shared things. Okay, the
I
which
get
we
it,
didn't.
but when we
This
create
is
first worksheet, if you go back to the first one, we get just Snowflake sample data. We don't get Snowflake. Why this is added when we create second sheet or onwards?
no. So generally, so updation it has taken some time. So but generally when you create a trial account, so by default you will get these two things. Previously, so 1 month back, so you will have one more databases like UtilDB and another database also it will be there, but they have removed that shared databases. Now you will have these two things. So maybe to update the so things in the back end, if you observe shades, right? So see this one here also you can able to see these two things. To update it, it may has taken some time. That's why.
Maybe if you
Otherwise,
change the
the
account
account it will
account admin, right? Maybe that may be the difference.
the shares will not be available for the so other roles. If you observe, for example, system admin, see this one shares it is not available. So, but when you come to the worksheets, you can able to see the same thing.
And Dinesh, cannot we drag the table name to the worksheet?
No.
Okay. And
That
what kind of SQL we are using? MySQL or Oracle SQL here?
Oracle SQL.
Oracle SQL. Okay.
Yeah.
And is there any kind of a procedure language like we have PL SQL there? So
No, we don't have so that thing. So PL.
so don't have the cursor kind of thing in there, right?
No. Procedures and functions. So Snowflake will not allow.
Okay.
What is the future of Snowflake? What do you see next 10 years? Yeah. Future market.
Just it's an away baby. So next 10 years it will be grown up.
Dinesh, I need to drop. Are you going to share this record?
Nowadays it's moving to like a cloud, right? The completely it is there. Everyone is migrating to the cloud. So every like a traditional data warehousing will be migrated to the cloud one. So this is the now for everyone when they are thinking about the cloud solution. So for the warehousing, they are coming to the Snowflake. So we have some other like competitors also like Azure and then AWS, Redshift, and then GCP also. But whatever the future Snowflake is giving, the pricing model what they are giving, right? So no one is giving that pricing model. That is the main advantage of the Snowflake.
Okay, just wait for 1 year. It is going to competitor is there. Firebolt is going to build this Snowflake.
Firebolt. Okay.
There is
maybe
much
so many
more powerful.
Trying to beat this. Let's see how it goes.
All right. That's all from my
Dinesh,
side.
are you going to share this recording?
Yes. So we'll share the recording.
Okay, thank you. I need to drop it.
Dinesh, are you providing material that?
Yes.
Okay, like one kind of PDF document with all the.
Yeah, every day whatever we are discussing, right? So in the class, so we are going to like cover all this. I will send you all the scripts to each and every one. So for on daily basis, you can practice the same material in your account, trial account.
Now, do we have any PDF kind of stuff?
PDF also is there. I will share it with you.
Okay.
Are you sending a video sessions also recording sessions?
Yeah, recorded sessions also shared and materials also it will be shared. And then end of the sessions, the dumps also it will be shared.
One last question. Can you just open set up the Snowflake trial account? Can you walk me through just 1 minute?
Yeah. Tell me.
How you logged in? Means a trial account you showed me 90 days or something. How we start practicing? We have to download and set up the account, right? I just
you can use this recording, right? You can use this recording. He is sharing that recording, right?
You can go to just recording once. Okay, so just you can able to see that. So it's very simple.
The last question,
just
Dinesh, last question.
Yes, good.
what is the cost of the certification for this, right? Like for the developer one, I haven't checked that, but what will be the certification for that?
It will be $150, okay, for one attempt, and it will be 100 questions will be there. Time will be 90 minutes.
Okay.
And one more question, Dinesh. So you told about it is a Snowflake is about the data processing and data migration. So are we going to generate any reports?
No. So here we don't have capability of generate reporting.
Okay. So directly we will fetch the data from the tables from the storage layer, and we will process it. So how is we gonna process them?
So we will create a materialized views, and then we will give the information to the reporting tools, reporting guys. So they will pick the information from here. They will connect to any reporting called like table view or click view, whatever it may be. So they will generate a reports from there.
Okay.
Just you can consider this, just it is for a like a replacing for like a data traditional database. It's a complete, it's a kind of warehouse.
Okay. So I one more last question. So
information here, this particular thing. Yeah.
Actually,
Yes,
this is the first day of my class. So how is gonna the future? I don't know about the future of this Snowflake as of now today. Before I joined in this class, so how is the future is going to be for this Snowflake?
It will be good, good, Arvind.
Yeah, the market is also good for the Snowflake. So if I put my resume by keeping all the information on this, so I will get the number of calls daily basis.
Definitely. If you have any like specific questions related to the career path, okay, please give me a conference call with the organizer. Okay, so we'll clarify there.
Sure.
This today is the first class, or it's, I mean,
today is the, so like so just it's not actually started. It's kind of like a tool introduction and then installation. So from tomorrow, so we will start the actual class.
Can you share the class timing and the how many days in
Same
a week?
timings. Same timings.
Yeah, same time. And how many days in a week?
So 5 days in a week.
5 days in a week. And how long the course duration?
It will be 27 days.
Which is okay. So you don't work on Saturday, Sunday, correct? Right?
Yeah. Yes.
No classes on Saturday, Sunday.
No classes. No classes on Sunday. Only weekdays.
Weekdays. Okay. That sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah. That's cool.
Okay. If you have any other questions, so please reach me out. Okay. And then so from tomorrow, the same time, so we'll start the actual class. And then so before that, could you please
Dinesh, can you please provide your contact number or email ID?
You can please communicate with the organizer. Okay. So they will give you the information. Okay. I'm sorry for that.
Yeah,
okay.
No problem.
And please create a trial account, and then so we'll start so actual things from tomorrow onwards. Please go through the video.
Definitely.
If you don't receive actual like a demo video, so please ask the organizer. He will give you today's recorded session, and then demo video recorded session also. So will if anyone missed some information, so you will get it the information from there. If you have any questions, so we'll discuss that. So no issues on that. Thank you.
Thank you, Dinesh. It was nice.
Thank you everyone for your time.
Thank you all. Thank you, Dinesh.
Thank you, Dinesh.
Thank you, Dinesh.